Well, I tell you what, from me looking from the outside and analyzing not just this first game, but other competitions in the past for Portugal, Jorge, I can pinpoint it on one thing, and maybe I'm wrong. I believe there's a leader that is missing in that locker room before a big game or a first game of a World Cup, a Euro like Iceland. I believe there's someone in that room that needs to step up, grab everyone by the scruff of their neck and say, let's go. Let's represent this jersey. Let's leave all the blood, sweat, and tears out there. Let's go. We've got fans all over the world expecting us to do this. Let's show them what we can do. I'm not sure. I'm not in that room. You're not in that room. I don't see Ronaldo doing that.
No. If you ask for my personal opinion, I don't agree with Ronaldo being the captain for this national team. I understand that he's the biggest player of all times in Portugal because he keeps going crushing all the records, even Eusebio records. But I think he's not quite ready to be the captain, to be that voice. Maybe one of the older players, like Ricardo Carvalho, could be more an example of that voice. But with Ronaldo on the team, everybody is looking at Ronaldo, so he needs to step up inside the locker room and say, hey, everybody, this is our national team. There's a lot of people trusting on us, so we got to do better.
And not only that, but I think this is a veteran team. This is a team that's not a very young team. I mean, they have some good young prospects on this team, but it is a veteran team. It's guys that are getting up there in years, whether it's Pepe or Nane. These are guys that have a ton of experience. It is time now for them to win or to get to a final, as we said, or else, who knows how long before they can get to that position again. It could be a while because a lot of the young new faces are coming in, Jorge.
Yes, and we in Portugal, we used to say that this generation needs to win something, or otherwise it's going to be like the other generation in 2004 when they were the best generation of the Portuguese soccer team at the time, and they got to the final and they lost it. But I think if you're looking back to the couple of years recently, there's been some pressure to put some young blood on this team, and this coach Fernando Santos is doing that. I'm not sure if the squad that he chose for this Euro should be more with youngsters, but I think in a couple of years, and looking back at our youth team and national team, we're going to have some good prospects, and for sure we're going to have a solid team.
There's a young player, it just escapes my mind now that there's a couple squads in Italy, I think Roma, that are after this young Portuguese player. It escapes me. Who is that, Jorge? Is it Rui? Mario Rui? I can't remember. Do you know who right now is the talk in Italy that they want to bring over?
In Italy, I'm not quite sure now. I don't know.
It's a midfielder. It's a midfielder, but I'll think about it after you hang up for sure. But apparently there's a young midfielder that AS Roma is on the hot trail of to get. Jorge, just before we let you go, I wanted to have you on specifically to talk about the words that were used and expressed by Cristiano Ronaldo. And I'm disappointed. I'm actually disgusted because I love this player as a player. But as a person with his mouth, he can never, for me, ever come close to Figo, Rui Costa, or Deco. Ever. I'm sorry to all the Portuguese fans out there, but that's my opinion and my thoughts. He just doesn't think sometimes when he talks. Figo to me was a professor. Deco the same. Rui Costa was a guy that was elegant. Ronaldo should have kept his mouth shut. Iceland deserved that result, and he shouldn't have said what he did. Here's a guy that takes off his shirt after almost every goal, win, lose, or draw. I mean, he's got to keep his shirt on and keep his mouth shut as well because, that doesn't look good on him. Your thoughts?
First of all, I think the player that we were talking about was Ruben Neves from...
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, the youngster from Porto, a well-known player in Portugal. And he's a good player. He needs to develop a little bit more, get more experience. This last season from Porto was not the perfect one for him and for the team, but I think Portugal will bounce back and they're going to be strong. And I think Ruben Neves will stay for at least 1 year or 2 years in Porto for the upcoming years.
Outstanding.
About Ronaldo, I agree with you. Sometimes I don't like it, the way that they react, but we have to look at him as a world star. The pressure, it's humongous. It's so overwhelmed for him, because I think sometimes he gets caught in the act. And if you notice, these comments were made just after the game, so he was still thinking about it, frustrating, because Ronaldo, he likes to be perfect, to win all the games, to help the team, and sometimes soccer it's not like that. So we have some problems. Everything goes wrong. Like yesterday, we were playing good, winning. We didn't score the second one to close the game. And then Iceland went there once in the beginning of the second half, and that's it. They score.
Yeah, but let me ask you this, Jorge. You can continue on, but look, the pressure and the stress was on Figo too when he played. The pressure and stress was on Rui Costa. Granted, they're not at the level that Cristiano Ronaldo is today and last year and the year before, but I would actually debate that Figo, for me, would actually be a much more complete player than Ronaldo. I'm sorry. And having said that, how come Ronaldo doesn't step up to the plate, whether it's a World Cup or Euro, and start putting the ball in the back of the net? Because every time I watch him play for Portugal, he does absolutely zero.
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer, because we in Portugal, we have the same criticism against Ronaldo. Why is he playing so good in Real Madrid, and then suddenly for the Portuguese national team, we don't see it the way that he plays for Real Madrid. But if you look at the numbers tell a different story. Actually, for the national team, Ronaldo is the all-time scorer. He gets the most attention, the assistance. So the numbers prove that we are wrong, but we don't see the same Ronaldo, the same character playing for the national team as we see it when he's playing for Real Madrid or Man United, when he was there in England, or even in Sporting at the beginning of their career. I know that he's been through a lot of phases in his career and personal life. He came from a humble place. He was very poor at the beginning. The family, he had to deal with some problems, some family problems with the father, with the brother. But I don't know why sometimes he reacts like this. He needs to step up. He needs to realize that he's the captain of the Portuguese national team, and everybody's expecting him to be the role model. And if he's not able to do it, then we got to choose another leader inside the national team. But I think Ronaldo is going to reflect, is going to react, and usually when something goes wrong on the first game, he reacts on the second one.